I guess even though we were free, we were still slaves in the mind. Message!
Of Louis Freeh has been looking for Osama bin Laden for years and years and years and years and years and many years and can't find him. Some doofus jerk-off reporter with a camera crew waltzes right into his hideout and interviews him.
Wait a minute! Who are you?
Allow me to reintroduce myself by name. Tabby Troll, baby. Roll with me, troll the world, hit the road, baby. Huh? Clout team, baby. Hit me up, IG, follow me, baby. Huh? Ain't on the pill, but I'm rolling. Rolling on the weed. Ain't on the pill, but I'm rolling. Rolling on the weed. Ain't on the pill, but I'm rolling. Rolling on.
Hey, YouTube, what it do? Tabby trolling him, man. CEO, Clout Team Entertainment, best rapper on YouTube, hands down, no questions asked. Proud undergraduate, Conseco's rap school. Currently enrolled in YouTube class and all that good shit over there. 9/11. Now, before I start this, I want to just briefly say that September 11th, 2001 holds a big. How can I say this? It's a big part of me growing up. My birthday tomorrow, September 12th, I'll be 34 years old. September 2001, 2001, the day before my birthday, I went to Atlanta and got braces. September 11th, 2001. And what do you think happened to happen around 9:30? I was getting my braces. And having the fear of getting my braces alone had me just all, you know what I'm saying, like all over the place. I'm only 14 years old, you know what I'm saying, going through a change. And the added fear of the reaction of the people in the dentist with us, kids and all, parents, it was just one of those days that I'll never, ever forget, right? And up until recently, man, I always thought like something's just not right about 9/11. Something is just not right. So, without much being said, let's start the show.
What would you have done on September the 12th, 2001? What would you have done if you'd been president?
What would I have done?
Yeah.
I would have done a legitimate investigation to find out what exactly happened on 9/11. How did they know who did this so quickly like they did Lee Harvey Oswald? How quick they knew Lee Harvey Oswald killed Kennedy.
Because the people who did it were identified and we knew who they were.
Well, then why couldn't we have stopped them beforehand if they were identified and we knew who they were?
It was a failure of intelligence. Everyone's accepted.
No, it wasn't. We knew before with Condoleezza Rice's memo on August 6th when it stated right in the memo, bin Laden to steal planes and run them into buildings. And more stuff is coming out now also, how much the Bush administration ignored the intelligence. It was almost like they ignored it because they wanted it to happen.
Oh, come on.
No, not oh, come off it. Wait a minute. Every war fought starts with a false flag operation.
You can't, in all seriousness, sit there and try and make anybody.
Okay, let me ask you this, Piers. Wait a minute. Let me ask you something. How much studying have you actually done of 9/11 other than what the government's told you and what mainstream media has told you?
How much studying have you actually done of 9/11 other than what the government's told you and what mainstream media has told you?
How much studying have you actually done of 9/11 other than what the government's told you and what mainstream media has told you?
Message!
And finally tonight, a look at what 9/11 means to people in Afghanistan, both the people who live there and the Americans fighting the Taliban. Special correspondent Adam Pletz was embedded with U.S. Marines in southern Afghanistan and put that question to both groups.
Helmand in southern Afghanistan is the province that has borne the brunt of the fighting between the Taliban and coalition forces. What would Afghans in this war-torn province think about 9/11 and its consequences? But first, what would the Marines think of the seemingly obvious question I wanted to put to the Afghans? Okay, I just want to ask you guys, have you heard of 9/11?
Yes. Yeah.
And what does it mean to you? After a lengthy silence, which perhaps said more than words could, the lieutenant in charge voiced some thoughts.
The whole approach that we had coming into adulthood, it's kind of hard to separate that, as I said, because, you know, we grew up with it and grew up with the shadow of it.
Yo, I had to jump in real quick, man. And as you can see, man, this whole September 11th thing, man, like I said, it's just something not right about it. So this video right here, man, I'm gonna try to get it all in one video. It might be two. But I'm finna just give y'all no scientific, legal mumbo jumbo. I'm just gonna give y'all some tangible, common sense things to look for. And we're gonna start off with predictive programming. Check this out.
Can you believe what you have been seeing on CNN today, ladies and gentlemen? Can you believe it? Supposedly, a CNN reporter found Osama bin Laden, took a television camera crew with him, went into Osama bin Laden's hideout, interviewed him and his top leadership, his top lieutenants and colonels and generals in their hideout. This is a CNN reporter with a camera crew. And he came out and told everybody, within 3 weeks, Osama bin Laden is going to attack the United States and Israel. Now, don't you think that's kind of strange, folks?
You have to be careful with weed. Weed make you notice shit you ain't supposed to notice. Like, I don't even give a fuck about politics no more because I done figured it out. All of the government is pimps. They all pimps because pimps say shit to you and then don't explain it. That's how our government do. A pimp will have a woman in the car and be like, get out there and suck some dick. We're going to take over all of Stone Mountain. She don't ask no questions. She just, I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm going to do my motherfucking part. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. That's how the fuck our government treat us. Just tell us shit don't make no sense. What the fuck are we still doing in Iraq? Can somebody tell me, ain't we killed everybody? That's why I love America. We some goddamn bullies. We don't give a shit. We be on CNN like, say our name, bitch. Say it. Say it 3 times. To see if we don't come over there and kill everybody. You don't believe we gangsters? Tell me what the Iraqi uniform look like. Don't worry, I'll wait. Cause you ain't never seen that motherfucker. We ain't killing they army, nigga, we killing them. We over there killing niggas in sweatpants, tank tops, flip-flops, and a cowboy hat. You shouldn't have been talking shit.
All right, YouTube. I know a lot of y'all remember that, man, especially if you black. Very, very classic stand-up. But Cat Williams, as usual, always exposing the truth. So, with that little clip, I'm going to segue into this next prediction, shall I say. Check this out, man. It's gonna blow your mind.
Say that any member of the Bush administration knew it was going to happen and wanted it to happen. It's a ridiculous thing to say.
Ridiculous. Okay, let's talk about your BBC. I have a tape of a BBC reporter broadcasting directly back to England talking about a third building has collapsed, World Trade Center Building 7. Talks for 7 minutes. All the while she's talking, World Trade Center Building 7 is still standing right behind her. It didn't fall for another half hour. Yet they were doing a pre-broadcast back to England yes, it's true.
There were very few people in the Salomon building when it collapsed. I mean, there were, I suppose, fears of possible further collapses around the area.
That's what you would hope, because this whole downtown area behind me has been completely sealed off and evacuated, apart from the emergency workers. That was done by the mayor, Rudy Giuliani, much earlier today, because of, of course, the dreadful collapse of the Twin Towers of the World Trade Center.
Building fell and it hadn't fallen yet.
If you're trying to make out the British Broadcasting Company, one of the most respected news organisations in the world, was inventing huge buildings falling over, you need to have a break, Jesse. We'll come back after the break, and we'll talk about Israel and Iran.
Are you kidding me? This is a fact.
ODD TV.
1949, Porky Pig and Charlie Dog cartoon.
Look! What's that? Look! It's the towers! They're falling!
1963, Wonder Woman comic book cover. 1970, 30 Seconds Over New York, book by Robert Bacard. 1973, Godzilla vs. Megalon, movie poster. 1973, Superman comic. 1975, Cracked magazine cover. 1976, 9/11, a book by Thomas Chastain. 1976, Sesame Street magazine cover. 1976, Spidey Super Stories comic book cover. 1978, Super Friends TV show, the episode entitled Monolith of Evil. 1978, Dr. John, City Lights album cover. 1979, Meteor movie poster. 1979, Supertramp, Breakfast in America album cover. 1979, Saga, Images at Twilight, album cover. 1979, Pakistan International Airlines ad. 1983, Def Leppard, Pyromania album cover. 1983, a book by Jose Borja. 1985, G.I. Joe, episode 46.
You just stand right there, Sonny. Look straight ahead and hold still while we scan you.
Hey! Transaction approved. Subject's retinal scan matches no known dissident, subversive, or enemy of state on file. Have a nice day.
Hey! Come back here! This money ain't no good! It's U.S. dollars! Absolutely worthless!
1986, Daredevil comic book cover. 1986, Real Ghostbusters, Season 1, Episode 12. 1986, Dream Machine.
There's computers where the resolution is so high that you can never tell
that it was ever touched by anything, which raises the whole question of photography as evidence of anything. I don't even think people are aware of how much computer graphics is used today. There's just a whole question now of what is real.
Create a new reality by adding an erupting volcano to the San Francisco skyline. Or remove the World Trade Center from the New York City skyline.
1987, The Squeeze movie cover. 1987, cover of Fortune International magazine. 1988, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Season 2, Episode 7.
Oh, bad news, Master Splinter. Shredder is up to something, but he ran off before we could discover what.
All we know is it had something to do with the Twin Towers.
Sooner or later, he will reveal his plan.
Like, what do you suppose Shredder's up to this time? Michelangelo, you heard April's message. He's been spotted on the roof of the World Trade Center.
It's for sure he's not there for the view.
Hey! What is it? Hang on! We're gonna crash!
1988, Microsoft Flight Simulator. 1989, WWF. 9, Jason Takes Manhattan movie poster. 1991, Terminator 2. 1991, Spider-Man comic. 1991, Tetra Star video game. 1992, King of Monsters video game. 1992, Rugrats Season 2, Episode 14.
Hair, Cynthia doll.
Of course you do. And if you're a good little girl,
A Teenage Nuclear Fusion Squad video game.
Well-
A Bronco Mr. X exploding smash-up doll. A Beverly Hills Cynthia lunchbox. A pony. And a 9/11 emergency surgical kit with working stethoscope.
1993, X-Men Season 1, Episode 12.
They want action. They want protection. They want revenge. The mutant control law is passed, calling for an army of sentinels. They march over the nation, seeking out mutants, hunting them down like animals.
Surrender, mutant.
Some fight back. But not for long. The sentinels herd the surviving mutants into detention camps. The camps are your final stop. You never leave. Never! But those who control the Sentinels don't stop with mutants. Eventually they bring their new world order to all humans.
1993, Super Mario Bros. The movie. 1994, Iron Man cartoon, Season 1, Episode 5.
Unidentified warplane sighted heading for New York City.
Our detection system shows nothing. Mayday! Mayday! New York is under attack! Intercept and destroy!
A force field is shielding the warplane. It's getting through.
It is time. We will now
strike at the heart of American defense and destroy the Pentagon with one swift and deadly blow.
1994, Aero Fighter 2 video game. (1994) Fantastic Four, Season 1, Episode 4. 1994 Viceland magazine article. 1994 Friends intro debut. 1994 Deathstroke the Terminator comic book cover. 1995 The Tick, Season 1, Episode 12.
We are under attack! Things so monstrous! Terror unleashed from the sacred cotton candy place of our dreams! If anyone is out there listening, get out of town before it gets to you! And I'm out of here!
1995 Hackers.
Beat that.
1995 Philips Home Cinema commercial.
Pictures so real you won't believe your eyes. Dolby ProLogic surround sound so exciting your eyes won't believe your ears. The ultimate home cinema televisions from Philips, including 100 Hz flicker-free pictures and widescreens. Philips, let's make things better.
1995 Illuminati card game. 1996 The Long Kiss Goodnight.
1993. World Trade Center bombing, remember? During the trial, one of the bombers claimed the CIA had advanced knowledge. The diplomat who issued the terrorist visa was CIA. It's not unthinkable they paved the way for the bombing purely to justify a budget increase.
You're telling me that you're gonna fake some terrorist thing just to scare some money out of Congress?
Well, unfortunately, Mr. Hennessy, I've no idea how to fake killing 4,000 people. So we're just gonna have to do it for real. Oh, blame it on the Muslims, naturally. Then I get my funding. Good night, old girl.
1996. This is a steal from Independence Day, but they show this briefly in the movie. 1997 Men in Black cartoon, Season 1, Episode 6.
Slim, remember those Twin Towers?
Yeah, what about them?
I don't think they're gonna be so tall anymore.
Oh, no.
1997 The Simpsons, Season 9, Episode 1.
Oh, I'd love to see New York. We could all go with the bus company's special Super Sitter fare. $9? This one's on me. Great!
And real quick, here's a clip from Season 21, Episode 20, which is a continuation after 9/11.
Is this what the framers of the Constitution would want? How many personal freedoms are we willing to give up in the name of security?
That blonde girl thinks she's smart, like us dark hairs.
1997, Extreme Ghostbusters, Season 1, Episode 38.
I'm afraid it simply retreated in order to regenerate and regroup, readying for another attack.
Manhattan. Guys, I think it's time for some serious firepower.
1997, German Mario Bros. Comic. 1997, Emergency Response to Terrorism Self-Study. 1997, St. John's Cathedral. It has a Freemasonic sculpting depicting a disaster in New York. 1998, Armageddon.
Well, you know why? Because this is New York City. Anything could have happened. Listen to that. Let me see. It could have been a terrorist bomb, could have been a dead body, somebody shot, stabbed. And it's Friday payday, too. Somebody probably jumped and get that paycheck.
$1998, The Parent Trap.
How weird is that? Extremely.
1998, A Steal from the Movie Godzilla. 1998, Pirelli Tires Ad. 1999, Batman Beyond, Season 2, Episode 12.
Vibration, it's gonna knock down the towers.
The towers are falling. Get away from there. No use pleading. You're dead.
$1999, 7 Days.
The defensive missiles will stay close to the building, so try to stay with them.
What's going on?
Boy, Red.
Throw me in, would ya?
Stand by, Nancy. That's it. That's it. Whoa. Hang inside. That's it?
I'm so good at this.
And graphics suck.
The best games show body parts blow up and stuff.
And you gotta know you won. You know, you gotta have fireworks, buzzers, something, not just game over.
I'll see what I can do. Red, let's get this equipment loaded and take our show on the road.
Cool.
Early reports indicate more than 50 people killed, including many high-ranking officers, and several hundred injured. How the missile got through air defenses surrounding the Pentagon is still the subject of much debate.
1999, Fight Club. $1999, The Matrix. $2000, Rugrats in Paris. 2000, The Patriot.
9 pounds, 11 ounces. That's perfect.
More like the Patriot Act. 2001, New York Magazine. Interestingly enough, it says, "Is there life beyond the boom?" And it also has the one eye symbolism. 2001, March, The Lone Gunman.
You're saying our government plans to commit a terrorist act against a domestic airline?
There you go. Indicting the entire government as usual. It's a faction. A small faction.
For what possible gain?
The Cold War's over, John. But with no clear enemy to stockpile against, the arms market's flat. But bring down a fully loaded 727 into the middle of New York City, and you'll find a dozen tin pot dictators all over the world just clamoring to take responsibility and begging to be smart bombed.
I can't believe it. This is about increasing arms sales. When?
Tonight?
We've got manual override.
– 2001, June, just months before the events took place. The Coupe Party Music album cover. There you have it. That was more than 60 instances of 9/11 predictive programming. Simply too many for them all to be coincidences. Also check out Back to the Future. That movie is loaded with 9/11 symbolism. Also, if you have any other movies that I didn't list here, feel free to write them down in the comments. So that's it. I'm gonna get out of here, but as always, I'm gonna leave you guys with some awesome clips. Yeah, so share this stuff with your family and friends and try to help wake more people up, man. That's all we could do right now, unfortunately. So this is ODD TV. Thanks for watching.
It'll be 9/11 all over again.
Will you shut up about 9/11?
Kyle, why are you so afraid of the truth?
Because anybody who thinks 9/11 was a conspiracy is a retard.
Butters, do you think 9/11 was just a plot by some angry terrorists, or do you think there was some kind of cover-up?
Well, I heard that 9/11 was caused by President Bush. Butters, you don't really believe that, do you? Well, I mean, you never know. The government does some pretty spooky things. The government and the corporations headed by the Jews that carried out 9/11.
We are told to believe that the fire from the jet fuel melted the steel framing of the towers, which led to their collapse. But did you know jet fuel doesn't burn at high enough temperature to melt steel? We were told the Pentagon was hit by a hijacked plane as well. But now look at this photo of the Pentagon. The hole is not nearly big enough. And if a plane hit it, where's the rest of the plane? Whoa.
I know it seems crazy, but 9/11 was pulled off by our own government, so they could gain support for attacking the Middle East.
Dude, why would the government attack its own buildings?
It's called the false flag policy. Make it look like the enemy has attacked you. Get all your citizens riled up and waving American flags. Then you're free to invade any country you want.
That's retarded.
We control everything. We've all worked very hard to keep our involvement in 9/11 a secret. But you just had to keep digging.
Really?
You won't get away with it. People know.
People? You mean sheeple?
No way.
He was right. You did cause 9/11.
Yes. Quite simple to pull off, really. All I had to do was have explosives planted in the base of the towers. Then on 9/11, we pretended like 4 planes were being hijacked, when really we just rerouted them to Pennsylvania, then flew 2 military jets in the World Trade Center filled with more explosives and shot down all the witnesses in Flight 93 with an F-15 after blowing up the Pentagon with a cruise missile. It was only the world's most intricate and flawlessly executed plan ever.
What you're gonna hear from me, you're not gonna hear from anybody else, because, my opinions, well, let's just say they're not popular. 9/11? Inside job, plain and simple. All you gotta do is connect the dots, and I'm not talking about the dots everyone's already heard about. I'm not talking about Bush sitting in that school reading a book about a goat to those kids for 7.5 minutes after he was told the news. Everybody knows that. I am talking about a massive neoconservative government effort. It's been in the works for over 20 years. You ever hear of PNAC? Project for New American Century? Perhaps. According to them, the end goal of their effort is American global domination. Full spectrum dominance, they call it. Now, the first question that pops to my mind is, how do you pull that off in this day and age? Well, according to them, you do it in 4 steps. First, we must control the world's oil, especially the oil in Central Asia and the Middle East. Now, I don't have to remind you that Bush Cheney, they came to power with plans already made to attack Afghanistan and Iraq. Number 2, we have to make huge technological advances with our armed forces that for some reason include the capability to fight wars from outer space. Number 3, surprise, surprise, huge increases in military spending to pay for the above. $130 billion a year worth. Never mind the sick and dying first responders, 9/11's heroes, who can't even pay their light bill, let alone their medical bills, and a lot of whom are ending up homeless because of it. I guess there's just not enough room in the budget for them. Number 4, and this is key, we changed the definition of preemptive attack so we can unilaterally bomb the shit out of, invade, and occupy countries even if they pose no credible threat or had nothing to do with 9/11. One problem. How are you going to put it into action? I mean, the American people are never going to go for no shit like that, right? You're damn straight. Now what you need is an event. An event that gets everyone's heads turned around the right way. What you need is a new Pearl Harbor. That's what they said they needed. Now, you're looking at a guy who went to 58 funerals in 26 days. I can tell you that is sure as shit what they got. Are you single?
Slip to the system, that's the way out. Slip to the system, yeah.